No, you do it.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of the Jar Mead Podcast. It is episode 237. And today we are joined by Jamie and Alex. And a big thank you to the Patreons over at Patreon for supporting the show and making the audio version possible. So, how are we doing, boys?
You know, pretty warm. Actually, pretty cold. Pretty cold.
I'd say I'm tepid.
It has recently been, for all of the international Jar fans out there, it has been a heat wave in the UK recently. For last week, it's been...
Australia heats.
Fucking disgusting, basically.
Yeah, straight up Australia heat. No, if you don't believe in climate change, you're a moron. You're stupid. You're an idiot.
And it's not just the heat, you know, China's had the worst rainfall in 1,000 years.
Canada set fire or something.
No, California's on fire at the moment. Canada got like 50 fucking degrees or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just an obscene amount of abnormality that this is not right for the Earth and this cycle in
As
the
you
world.
can see there, we've all got wicked tans as a result.
Yeah, we're looking. I don't know.
You've got more of a tan.
I've gone a little bit red, actually. I'm getting that red hue going.
The pinky, piggy sort of...
People will think I'm native to Tomato Town at this rate.
It just means you're just like because the meme with British people is if you go to any country and you see someone who's pink, they're British. No matter what country you're in, if they're pink, they're English.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the rules.
The pink little piggies.
The pink piglets, yeah.
Eat beans. Can we quickly address something before we move on to the barrel?
We haven't called it that for a little while, I don't think.
Well, I think Crucible is very, very appropriate given the current enjoyings regarding games at the moment. So we'll head over to the comment Crucible very soon. But go ahead, Jamie.
What you wanted to throw out there, Jim?
I don't know if people always catch this, but your Alex's face pulling.
The fuck? What do you mean?
Sometimes you look at the TV or the camera, or I'll catch you looking at me or James while we're talking, just doing like the fakest, like interested face I've ever seen in my life.
Have you not?
What is that?
Like what?
Whatever you just did, like.
I've noticed
2 minutes
it.
ago.
I notice it all the time. You do it
all the time. Why have you never commented on it?
You do it outside of
do it for a reaction, but no one ever reacts.
That's exactly why I don't react. I just leave it.
No, I don't know how to quite... Can you do that at the camera?
Do what? I didn't do anything.
You know, there is so many pictures of Alex on the Reddit that people just screenshot of Alex making weird faces. I do the same thing. I just pull random faces at weird times.
But I don't know. It's like what does it mean? Like, are you actually listening?
Yeah, I can multitask.
But it looks like you know, when you're talking to someone, you're not interested in what they have to say.
You don't want to talk with them, yeah.
So you're like feigning interest, you know? You're pretending that...
Really?
It's like an exaggerated cartoonized version of that. It's hyper exaggerated. And it just caught me off guard just then. I guess you do it so often that it's like a non-thing to me now.
Yeah.
But just then... I guess because I've switched seats with James, I look over at you and like...
It can be like a bit of a diffuser sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you like push your jaw forward as well.
No, it's the Randy face.
It's the R coming out.
What you do with Randy. It's like Randy's default expression.
It's just that twin thing, you know?
Yeah.
Let's do some housekeeping then. Let's clean up some of this fucking bullshit, alright? I can't believe we didn't mention this last episode. I'm actually disappointed in all of us, quite frankly, for this.
Oh, what? Bro, that's heartbreaking.
When we were talking about the England final, that's all gone and done and dusted, but what was important was that there was a particular Italian player who had donned some specific tattoos that were fairly interesting. Maxi Rondo left a comment saying, "Just thought I should make you all aware that a member of the Italian squad, Francesco Serbi, has all the Madagascar characters tattooed on his arm. Maybe the awesome power he gained from this was why Italy won. Cheers."
I did know about this.
Yeah. As soon as they won, it was just like they just noticed his
It was
tattoo.
before they won. I saw a tweet that was someone saying like we can't let Italy win because this guy has.
No,
this
it tipped the
tattoo.
balance.
Yeah, no. When I saw that, I thought, oh, they actually have a chance.
Maybe that's why they lost, is because when like they were shaking hands at the beginning of the game, all the England players saw those arms with the characters on, and they're like,
Yeah.
"We're done."
Pure intimidation.
I find the most weird thing to think of is that someone out there likes it enough to get all of the characters tattooed.
Well, like, how old would that guy be?
He could be quite young.
I think he's around his
Footballers
30s, like late 20s, early 30s.
So, like, close enough to my age.
Mm.
But when Madagascar was coming out, I thought I was like too old for it, and thought it was lame.
No, I reckon he's younger than you, if I had to guess.
So what, is he a memer, or is it a meme chatter?
He is Italian.
Hmm.
Remember, like Europeans, they're quite into the bonkers
True.
sort of attitude of the
the big
Madagascar.
butts can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that bass line alone is very European to me.
The whole third movie in it, of course.
Yeah, based in Europe.
Yeah.
Respect
Rob left a comment. ROB. It's a good cast when the last 3 segments are the monkey segment, designed with an island in mind, and Cockney slang / aliens. Last episode got a interesting response, actually.
Oh no.
Some people are like coming in early saying it's the Chaos episode might go down as one of them.
Really?
What do you mean?
Super early days, I reckon.
Yeah.
Chaos. What?
Dude, there are fans of the Chaos episode already.
Which one's the Chaos episode?
Wasn't it like the last episode?
It's the previous one.
Yeah.
No, the previous one wasn't. It was the one before the previous one.
No, the previous one was when we talked about like monkeys.
Yeah.
That wasn't the Chaos episode.
Yeah, it was. Right?
Wait. No, that wasn't the Chaos episode.
What did we talk about last
The
episode?
thumbnail was like Deadpool and Korg.
That's not the Chaos episode. The Chaos episode was the one before that. No, I'm going on the official Jar Media YouTube channel, and I'm going to prove you all wrong. So Jar Media, I'm on the channel. Okay. So the last episode we had thousands of bees with ease, and then Baby James is coming home. Baby James is coming home is the Chaos episode because
so a couple of weeks ago then.
Before that was Chaos Energy, where I joked that we haven't got any, and it's the episode after that where we had it.
Yeah.
So
bit of this, bit of that, you know.
Wait, but you can't call it the Chaos episode. Is the Curry episode called the Curry episode?
Yes, that's the Curry episode.
We lived 2 Curry episodes today
Yeah, we did.
in real time, and I went insane.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much.
No, because you're just blaming me. Because it is completely
always your fault.
Yes, I know.
Every fucking time.
It's not my...
We've talked about this before. We've talked about...
It's the infamous Curry episode. It's why.
Yeah, the Curry episode taught us that we need to have a system.
I know. I was
the most democratic system of all, where we.
No, that's not a democratic system.
It is a democratic system.
You go
It's
by the
perfectly
majority.
fair.
The majority is how politics works.
The majority doesn't work when it's 3 people.
Yes, it does.
No.
The majority works in England when there's only 2 parties.
Hello, UKIP.
Shut up.
Edit that out.
No, I pointed out today that the idea that one of us has to choose is a bad system because that doesn't take
How is it undemocratic?
It doesn't take into consideration what you guys actually think. Because on any
but we
given
get
day,
our chance to think.
no,
The
but on
following
any
week or the
given
week
day,
after.
on any given day, when we've had a whole week of work, we all fancy different things on the Friday when we record. So having one of us just choose makes no sense. And the Jarlings will agree with me that doesn't work.
It does work.
So I propose that we should have a system that's more like a political system where
We have a political system.
The majority wins.
No.
And you guys are just like, nope, that's not how it works.
Okay, let's
There's
do a
only 3
political
people."
system vote on if we change our type of government.
Okay.
All in favour of James's version of government.
No, that's bullshit. It doesn't work like that.
Even James doesn't want his version of government. Our system works.
Okay.
Well, clearly
if it works, then why did today happen? Why?
Because of you.
True.
No,
you came into the house and I
This
was
is
like, let's get
bullshit.
award-winning Sammys, right? And you're like, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to veto this. and then an hour goes by and then we get Sammys.
Yeah.
No. Okay, no, because I vetoed my guess. Okay, I vetoed my choice, and then it was agreed that the Sammys was the choice before I even got here. So it was already
No,
Sammys.
we agreed. You came for dinner yesterday.
Yeah.
And we agreed then.
Did I agree to Sammys
Oh,
yesterday?
wow.
That's why I was so hyped about
thickens.
it.
Oh,
the plot
I'd forgotten about
thickens.
Sammy's. I hadn't had a Sammy's
Wow.
since before lockdown. But you were like, yeah, he's like award-winning, and it's like,
Okay, so I pointed out this is actual. In the UK, there is a kebab van of the year competition, and Sammy's is in the final this year.
yeah.
And not
Out of
only
how many? How many is the finals?
well, there's 2 from Wiltshire alone. So you talk about the whole of England. There's probably quite a few. But the thing is, Sammy's got to the finals before. He posted on his Facebook like, "Yet again, I'm so happy that I've been voted to be the best again." Like
He
you know,
is the best as well.
Yeah.
yeah. But you should.
You
I
can't
think-
dangle that Sammy in front of me after it's been so long and then try and rip it away from me.
No, but the
That's
thing
just
is,
cruel.
if I walked into town, I was just, you said, "Oh, we're getting Sammy's," and I was like, "No." All you had to do is say to me, "You said yesterday we're getting a
I
Sammy's."
did.
I don't remember
Did you
saying.
forget?
Yes, I completely forgot. Because then you've already put the ball. I've already thrown the ball. You reminded me I've put the ball in your court. So I'd have been like, "Oh yeah, sure then." But because I didn't know that, I was just like, I can fight back. I can fight against this choice. And I made my choice. I said we should get a charcoal grill, which is Sammy's but shit. And you guys are just like, "Nope, not having it." And then we had like a fucking half-hour discussion about the
Longer.
Hour.
The thing is, I arrived and you guys were already discussing it.
We'd already been discussing it, yeah.
Yeah, and I arrive and the discussion goes from then for about an hour.
So really what we should have done is just had mics and been like, here's a bonus episode of Jar.
Yeah, we could do an extra if you guys love the curry episode so much, we could do one a week for you.
Yeah, if your standards
Or
are that
one every
low,
3
we can
weeks, every time it
record-
gets to James's choice.
Yeah, we can record any
It's the
like
monthly
boring shit
special.
like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the next time we all do a shit at the same time, we can like hop on FaceTime, whatever, record that and upload it. Fuck.
No, that would be we wouldn't be able to upload that. Sorry, because Ben, if I'm taking a shit and it's that bad, I'm going to be fully naked, and it's just we can't record that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. James Stanley left a question for us. What does Jar think of the forthcoming Steam Deck, which is effectively a PC and Nintendo Switch form?
It's a Nintendo Switch.
But better.
No, it's already been confirmed they can't play a lot of games. A lot of Steam, top.
Yeah, I don't know the full details yet. I find the product alluring to me.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you have against it?
is it streaming games or is it playing games off of its own hardware?
I'm pretty sure
I thought the idea is you download it onto the thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's got the hardware for it.
The biggest thing for me was the stick placement. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's something I'd need to try it before buying it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
how much is it though?
Well, I don't know.
I think
$400, right?
That's right, yeah. So it'd be like 600 quid or something, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like $2,000.
Well, no, because normally you take the 1.35 conversion rate, so it's normally like it will be 250, 270. But obviously,
No, it will be 400 quid, I bet.
yeah,
It'll be
because when they sell stuff here, they just increase it. So it's
Yeah.
like fucking $600 in America for them when they're getting it for free.
Yeah.
So, and I'd say that's no point buying it. I would avoid it at that cost. The UK cost, what it will be,
400
I'd say,
quid for a like portable gaming PC.
but
thing.
there's
with your
loads
Steam
of news.
library already on it.
But there's news. It's not running games as it should. It's not one
Yeah,
game
I mean,
as good as they can.
We'll have to wait and see what it's like.
What do you mean though?
I think they tested a few games and they just couldn't want it.
But like what? Were they
Apex.
testing like
Crysis.
Cyberpunk and shit?
No, like the big games like Apex, Fortnite. I think I cannot confirm. I just saw.
But
this
I mean,
on
this is the thing. Are they gonna have versions of the game like crafted for this device?
I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
I think it's like a PC. It's the equivalent of a PC. It's a
so-
small, powerful PC, but it's handheld.
So saying that, all you'd have to do is just lower the settings. If that's the case, then you get the choice of like what frame rate and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can make
Which to me like is more alluring than the Switch to me.
Yeah, and the fact, like you said, it's got your whole Steam library.
Mm-hmm.
I've got loads of games that I'd actually prefer to play in handheld.
Yeah, same.
The type of games that don't need a lot of power to run.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm being driven somewhere, or
But yeah,
on a
I think
train or a plane.
it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
And I hope it kind of reinvigorates that market and finally some competition for Tendo. Who've just been walking over that whole space, really.
I'm just trying to find some like news on it to.
Well, we don't need to linger on it though. I mean, like we know like so little. And we're still in housekeeping.
Well, apparently it's been confirmed that Valve is targeting 30 FPS with it.
Yeah.
To like a native resolution.
Yeah. Whatever.
So yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So let's end this segment with this one then about. We were trying to recall the origin of Jim's nickname Beast, and we addressed it last episode, but that commenter was wrong. They were wrong. They lied. They had the facts wrong. So we had multiple comments saying things like, Brain Death Scene left this one. Not a question, but I'd like to make a correction on the true origin of Jamie being called Beast. Back in the crackhead Alex era, there was an episode where Alex started the podcast by introducing everyone with his own made-up names. Ruben was Bugs, James was the Kangaroo Boy, parentheses Pouch for short. Alex was Mirror and Jim was Beast. Ever since then, the nickname stuck and Jim has embraced the Beast persona.
No, I remember Pouch. I remember you calling
Yeah,
Pouch.
I remember
I'm
Pouch.
so pleased with this. I think they're perfect. All four of them.
They are. They're incredible. Mirror.
Mirror.
Yeah, that I'm more pleased with that. I think it just being as much as I like the chase, it just being
it's much better that it also happens to be a chase thing.
Yeah.
It just coincides. It's just more layers to it, you know.
Okay, what chaser are you?
That really intimidating woman. You know the one? Sort of older woman. She's always wears sort of like a suit. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Got attitude.
Can we bring back Pouch? I think
You want to be Pouch?
Pouch is a kind of great nickname.
It's like Australian, and you got like your family in Australia.
Yeah, I think that works.
Pouch.
Only if you call me Mirror.
Yeah, sure.
Can we not bring that back?
What, Mir?
Mirror.
Mir?
Only if you call me Mir. You say it like M-E-E-R.
Mir.
Like the way Americans say it.
Yeah.
Don't I?
Mirror.
Mir?
Mirror.
I hate.
Oh my God.
I hate the way they say mirror.
We got like a lot of stuff happened this week.
It's been a busy week.
Can we start with this one though?
No, we can't. Start on another one.
Okay, I'll change it then. A certain someone we are huge fans of on Jar, a certain iguana-eating motherfucker made his way into space looking like a cowboy. Jeff Bezos going up there.
Looking like a cowboy.
Have you not seen this?
He went with a cowboy hat and all.
Really?
I don't know what the name is. Stepson, maybe? I think that might be a gun.
Jeff Bezos flew a dick into space.
He flew his little Blue Origin rocket.
Was the rocket intentionally shaped like a dick?
If it wasn't very subtle.
How do you accidentally make a spaceship look like a dick?
Yeah.
But I read a comment somewhere saying like, I think I've already said this to you guys outside of Jar, but it was like, yeah, it used to be countries coming together to achieve something like space travel. It's like now it's like individuals, billionaires, like let's get that done. That's what I want to do.
Well, the only thing is, it used to be countries competing. to get to space.
Now it's corporations.
Megacorps competing to pollute the Earth as much as possible and find an escape route for the 1%. Oh my god. He looks like Kevin Spacey.
But he does a bit in that one. Yeah.
Well,
man. Cowboy Bezos eating iguana.
What do you think the chances are that the plot of Elysium?
That's
really,
actually what they're doing.
Really, really high. I think that is the only possible.
But you can't be the elite if there is no one underneath you.
No, but the people would still live on Earth.
Oh,
it would just be a hellscape.
Right.
They everyone on Earth. The only jobs would be the shit, the pure crap. And if you're lucky, you get to go to space and work in a restaurant for the elite.
If you're the biggest bootlicker, the biggest pure breed bootlicker. Well, to be honest, we won't be alive to witness it.
Yeah.
So, sorry kids today. That's your job.
In other news, we have to throw this out here, and I know you haven't seen it, James, but the new Space Jam. I showed Jim a few clips. I just want Jim to give his thoughts on what he thought from what he saw, because I'd watched it that day and I was losing my mind. So when Jim came over that evening to use the gym or whatever, and I was after, I have to show you some of this, just so someone else in my immediate vicinity has seen this. Of course, the Fury Road bit, you got showed you all the best bits.
Yeah, because of the way I saw, you said I've pretty much seen the whole film.
Yeah,
from what I've seen.
Even though I was fast forwarding it to the worst bits or whatever.
It just seems to be a string of IPs.
Yeah, adverts for things that are going to be on HBO Max in the next year or two.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it proves that we are entering have entered the worst phase in Hollywood history.
Yep.
I think we actually have. Has there ever been this shit?
Yeah, there has always been shit, but it used to be more condensed into January or the early part.
But
of the
that
year.
wasn't the big budget, big name, huge.
There's always been
IPs
kind of bad.
And shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The level that it's sinking to, in terms of they're not about anything. They're just about nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
But the first Space Jam, it's not a great movie or anything, but it's suitable.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing. It's got character. It's charming. It sums up the 90s really well. It's got that soundtrack. And even though it's stupid, you still get the Looney Tunes fun. But
and the animation is better in that movie.
Way, way better. Yeah,
it looks like something you'd see on TV.
I just remembered. I said, it did Matt Pat. No, sorry, not Matt Pat. Who's the other one?
How It Should Have Ended.
Yeah, How It Should Have Ended. It was like a How It Should Have Ended video as a movie. It was that level.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no, that sounds terrible.
I don't actually think you could watch it, James. You can't, bear cringe shit.
Yeah, cringe shit like that.
There's the whole notorious PIG rap battle towards the end. Jim liked that bit.
That bit was quite good, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
No,
it's sad. It's
and
pathetic. It's 2 hours long as well.
Yeah, that's why I don't
another
understand.
thing that is a horrible trend from current Hollywood.
The bloat.
Yeah, why can't baby movies just be...
Well, there used to be an incentive for movies to be short so they could play them more in a day at cinema.
Yeah.
But now I guess it's just on streaming, so they can be 58 hours long. And
yeah, but still,
it's still more expensive though to make a longer movie.
Yeah, and people are just going to get bored. If anybody goes to see this at the cinema and doesn't walk out, I will be extremely surprised.
But then you see on Twitter people defending it, people forget the original was just dumb fun as well, and it's the same thing now. Nah, it's different.
No, it's not.
It's so different, man.
I will say though, it has Don Cheadle in it.
doing just an awesome one.
He does an awesome one. He's got his little thing.
His little dibby.
Yeah, his little
one of
dibby
the worst
that floats
dibbies
around.
ever.
Terrible dibby.
Why did they invent a new dibby when they literally had the fucking Looney Tunes in the movie? Half of them are dibbies already.
Yeah, and then you reach a point in the film where they get CG-ified. They CG the Looney Tunes. And
they look awful.
They're the cheapest looking CG 3D models I've ever seen.
Yeah, and they even say like, oh, we're being upgraded. Wow,
Yeah.
we're expensive.
It's upgrade time. Yeah, the literal line.
Shitting all over the original. Yeah. Paisley.
Bad girl.
You silly
it's no
sausage.
Good. A lot of WB movies, what Warner Bros. are.
RWB the worst.
The problem is they have... well, if they didn't have Nolan in DC, they'd kind of have nothing, but... that's sort of enough.
But they're awful in film, they're awful in video games, they're awful in TV.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a shit company.
Speaking of shit companies, there's like a Dead Space trailer,
Yeah.
which just dropped out of nowhere. They're like remaking it, I guess, in Frostbite.
Yep.
It won't be Frostbite. Surely it won't be
It is
Frostbite.
Frostbite.
The
It's
Frostbite
already
logo
confirmed.
was down there, yeah. And I read the description, it said it's Frostbite.
Isn't Frostbite like an old engine? It's been replaced by an entirely new engine.
Every Battlefield game is made in Frostbite. They're constant. DICE are
Well,
constantly.
they had that
upgrading
whole
it.
initiative where EA wanted all of their games made on Frostbite.
Awful idea.
Yeah, but they did that when Need for
Terrible
Speed the
idea.
1 came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like Mass Effect Andromeda and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Just an awful, awful thing to do to your devs.
So they're basically doing the Resident Evil 2 thing.
Yeah, which I'm going to say, I have hope in... Because with the way because of Resident Evil, all because of Resident Evil, there's such like an interest in this kind of very gritty kind of horror game, like Resident Evil 8, 7. And I think the Dead Space setting is more interesting than any other horror game. And I think if they do it right, it's going to be really fucking good. They just need to... It needs to not be an action game. It shouldn't be like any other Dead Space. It needs to be proper...
What do you mean? Like we already know what the game is. It's like a remake of the first one, right?
Yeah, but they need to make it more like a survival game where it's actually supposed to be more tense. Because Dead Space 1's an action game.
They kind of all are.
Yeah, so they need to make it not that. If they're going to
Really?
remake it, they need to make it more...
I agree
survival.
with James. I think if they are going to remake it, I mean, which they are, it should lean on the survival horror aspects.
So they're going to have to change the game completely then.
Well, yeah. What's the point of remaking?
Yeah,
it
if you're
they
not
don't?
going to change it.
You know, this is the thing. I don't. To begin with, I don't think Dead Space needs a remake.
No,
No.
it's
The
not
game
quite
is-
old enough. It still looks good.
I don't know if it will ever be old enough to warrant a remake. It's too good of a game. Like, you play that game now, it feels great. It still looks great.
Yeah, that's why I get this gut thing of like, no, don't redesign anything.
Yeah, especially with how they treated Visceral as well.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? You have
You
this dev
murder
team
them.
that is incredible. They make Dead Space 1 and just have this huge IP that everyone that's a fan of horror, and even people that aren't, they immediately know this IP because it's fucking Dead Space.
Yeah.
And then you put them on... Well, you make them make a shit Dead Space game, being Dead Space 3.
No, what they...
And then you make them make Battlefield Hardline, and then you kill them.
Yeah.
And then you remake their IP.
Well,
Like,
Without them, yeah.
yeah,
it's
disgusting.
surely... If some of the team people who were already like involved in the original Dead Space, surely if they were within the EA system and it was like, oh, because they would have talked about it 2 years ago, surely some of those people would have moved over to the Dead Space development.
But that Visceral team would have been long gone.
No, but they're still in the industry. They're not changing industry. They're still in
Yeah,
gaming.
they might not necessarily... Like, once a project like that ends, they're, like, fucking gone. Like, they'll be sucked into other teams in EA or quit or, like...
yeah,
move
no, that's what I
around.
mean. If they're being sucked into other teams in EA, or, like, I know you got to admit, with companies, if they are going to make these new like games, they do take team members from where their experience is. If they're going to make a new
do you
EA
actually
Dead
believe
Space,
anyone from that era who
Yeah,
was,
possibly.
like, important to Dead Space 1 was, like,
I
even
don't know,
around?
but you would assume that because companies want to make money. It's easier to bring in someone who knows the whole concept than it is to bring in completely fresh blood.
These dev teams are so huge now. Like
I understand
the impact of the people that would have stuck around.
Well, I assumed they were just going to do a like Legendary Edition thing for the trilogy.
Yeah. No, because that's another thing. Dead Space 1 looks great.
Yeah, just 4K 60 or 120. Or
I disagree.
Yeah, upgrade the texture quality and shit, and it's there are no problems with how that game looks, other than like the humans. But just update their character models. Like, animation's still great.
Yeah.
So
lighting's still great.
If let's just say it comes out and it's sort of it leans heavy on the survival and the atmosphere, and being like a proper down to earth like game like Resident Evil 7 or something. But I'd say that's instantly better than Dead Space.
No, what about if it's an exact remake, but just the physics engine, and because Dead Space is so
physics-based,
built around
really.
the physics of the stasis and the picking shit up and stuff. If it just has like an insane level of added fidelity and added lighting and particle effects and everything,
I'd prefer it being a survival game. Because if I wanted, why remake the game if you're going to make it the same?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even play it if it was the same. But if they make it more heavy on survival, it will be better than the original Dead Space by far. Because that whole setting is so fucking creepy. And you can do so much with that, with how they are with horror games now.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes me feel weird, though, that. I don't know if I agree.
I think it does need changing. Not because the first one isn't adequate, but because the first one is too adequate. Like, if you want what Dead Space 1 gave you, play Dead Space 1.
Yeah.
Because it's still a great game.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I've played that game, I've had a great time. If they want to do a remake, they need to make me feel something else. They need to scare me more.
I guess I was hoping more for like just a new Dead Space game.
Yeah.
Because I guess...
But I mean, even then, what's the point? Visceral's dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, yeah.
But if you want a new Dead Space game, this is the new Dead Space game.
But it's just like mimicking Hollywood now, with just like remaking the shit we already know and love.
Have they confirmed it's an actual remake?
Yeah,
like,
it's the ground.
But from that trailer, it's
in the description. It says it's from the ground.
But even from the trailer, you can see like Isaac looking at the classic blood written thing. From
even
the
if they
game.
are implying it's a remake, if they haven't directly said it's a remake,
it's
they might.
Remake. It is a remake.
Yeah.
There's like no doubt about it.
Because maybe it isn't, maybe they are just...
It is a remake.
Yeah,
like it straight up is. The reason they made it is because Resident Evil 2 remake did so well. So yeah, just copying
but that's the thing, the Resident 2 remake is not Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 remake is Resident Evil 2
difference is
so if they do it that same way...
on what, PS1?
Mm-hmm.
There's way more room. More room.
Like they just couldn't do the shit then that they
no, it's
can
just straight
now.
up impossible.
Stuff that I want from this Dead Space remake is like make the ship have the whole ship designed like a Resident Evil thing. So you're navigating like a map in the Resident Evil 2 way, like you do the police station. That I'd be down for.
I guess it just comes down to, do you trust them and their team to redesign that game?
Who's even making it? I don't know what devs are on this, so yeah, it's impossible to gauge, especially with how EA are.
Yeah.
So between Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 2 Remake, it was 1998 to 2018. So it's 20 years.
How many fucking consoles is that in between? There's so many.
But then you consider Dead Space 1 was 2008. So that is 13 years old.
But the difference is the Resident Evil 2 Remake, I think, or the Resident Evil 2 original is too far gone. I could never go back and play that game. Just because of how...
Tank controls, fixed camera angles.
Yeah, it's too old. It's the same reason I've never attempted to go back and play Metal Gear Solid 1. This shit, I can play stuff that just feels better. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I think we're
Dead
slightly
Space 1
biased.
will never be that way.
I think we're biased because we lived in an era where, we lived through the Xbox 360 era. And it's still 13 years ago. That's an obscene amount of time in development. Look at Dead Space fucking 1 and then look at fucking Red Dead 2. Completely different experiences.
I'm not talking about the way it looks, though. The way it feels. It's like Halo 1, I think feels great.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Space 1 feels great.
Yeah.
But it'll feel... There'll still be improvements in the way it feels. So if
I don't know if it's even possible.
So if they
like
do...
Dead Space 2 is...
That's why the only
it.
thing that makes sense is just graphical fidelity.
Mm-hmm. But also
and physics stuff.
leaning on the survival part. I think you can have way more interesting, thoughtful encounters than just like... If I have a problem with Dead Space 1, it's its reliance on like locking down a room and just throwing enemies at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to assume, given the current climate of survival games, they're going to do it Resident Evil 2 style. They're going to remake it completely differently. It's not going to be a slap. We could say that because it's EA, they're just going to do like the Legacy Edition, just slap some fucking filters on it.
Yeah, they're not.
But I think, given the climate, I think they're more likely to do ground up, completely rebuild it as a different game. And I think that would be incredible. And I'm going to have hope in that, and I'm going to believe that's what they will do.
Well, that's the thing, because the Resident Evil 2 remake stayed in like the same genre, apart from the camera angles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Resident Evil 2 was always survival horror.
Yeah.
Whereas Dead Space was like action survival horror.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that much of a difference
'cause
removing the action part. Really.
I think they should, but I doubt they will.
I think the genre for those type of games isn't here anymore. Action games like that aren't as huge.
No, I disagree.
Almost. No, I don't.
No, because the reason Dead Space died is because they just turned it into something else.
They turned it into an action game, like just an action game, and that fucking failed. Why did it fail? Because nobody wants those games.
Well, because they inflated the budget.
Red Dead 2 isn't an action game. Last of Us isn't an action game. What really big action games are there like that now? It's not a genre that people play.
What?
Action games like Dead Space 3. Action games like that.
No, but Dead Space 3 was a flop. And
Dead Space 3 was chasing the trend at the time, and it failed because it stopped appealing to its own demographic that it already had.
The same thing. EA was so bad in that era, they fucked the Dead Space and Mass Effect trilogy basically at the same time in similar ways, where they just forced it to go down an action like blockbuster path where it's like COD, excitement, fucking explosions all the time and turret sections.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's not the thing. So why would EA now make the choice to remake Dead Space as an action game when it's not the thing? The thing is survival horror.
The thing is remaking like games,
but changing them.
Yeah, but like if I don't
2.
want that game, I don't know if I want what you're describing.
And I'm going to question why. The Dead Space whole thing with Dead Space is so good. Why wouldn't you want a really like gritty kind of experience with that setting?
Because it already exists.
As
Dead Space 1.
Dead Space 1.
No, because that's an action game. I'm not talking about an action.
It's not though fully.
No, it's a hybrid. Game. It's a hybrid game. But so you don't.
It's more like RE4, where it's like action horror.
Yeah.
That's what it was chasing more, right?
Yeah, it was totally inspired by Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. It's like a tonal thing. It's like a difficult thing to balance, but I just don't trust them, I guess. I don't really trust any of these developers unless they've like earned it. Really.
I don't think realistically you should never trust a developer ever until you've got the game.
No, like the guys who develop like Inside, like 3 people or whatever.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different. Indie. It's not comparable when you talk about indie teams to these big teams with big developers.
But like you'll get more excited for the next Respawn project than you would over the next like Ubisoft Assassin's Creed project.
I'm digging myself a hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then
I guess it is just the whole murdering visceral and everyone just being like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you just like murdering your talent in the same BioWare?
It's what EA is known for.
Yeah.
It's what they've always done. They just milk shit dry and then stick them on like something they don't want to do and are not good at, and then kill them.
Do we actually know who is making it, like at all?
Well, how are they going to monetize it too?
I think
a battle pass.
I think as well as Resident Evil 2, they were inspired by Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
But
Single-player games.
Single-player games can make money, but it is Star Wars. So.
Which, to me, makes it more like how like expansive are they going to get, and ambitious with this new design are they going to get when it is like, oh, actually, if we sort of make these shorter 10 to 12 hour single player things, like, we can shit them out more. And the blueprint's already there, the design is already there.
Yeah, I mean,
you can just make it look better and run better.
The thing is, I'd be more likely to buy a 10 to 12 hour single player than another one of their multiplayer
No,
games.
I agree too, but I'm just like...
Yeah, the second you see, like, through the art and just see the algorithm,
mm-hmm.
you see, like, the trends they're chasing and what they're designing shit off of. That's when I check out, and it just bores me. I don't want to see the same shit done in everything I ingest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the studio making it is EA Motive. The art director for the game is the art director of Dead Space 2. This is saying about how all of them instantly took the positions because they were working on Dead Space. But obviously, with them being previous experience with Dead Space, it gives you a bit more of a it seems to be.
So it's the people who did the Battlefront 2 single player. That's what they did. I knew it rang a bell.
Oh,
but that's not the same team.
Yeah.
So that there's this horrible thing, and I think people have with gaming. It's just like, if X Studio's doing it, it's instantly shit. Studios don't mean anything. It's actually the heads of the art directors, the game directors. They're the people who lead the project.
The team is what's important, yeah.
Yeah, so like because they've worked on fucking Battlefront 2, I don't think it means anything.
Well, the worry there is that is also Frostbite, and that's like their whole experience. That's not a good look to me.
Yeah. I'm like a huge Dead Space fan. I should feel more hype.
No, I feel like it's going to be better now that the same person's involved.
Well, that's just an art director.
Yeah, but the art direction Dead Space 2, like that's a whole
the art
thing.
direction's good, but that's not affecting gameplay.
But the atmosphere of those games is why they are those games. That's one of the biggest things about Dead Space.
Also, how well designed they are. Like the whole thing. This is something actually. The way they use I don't know what like the fancy term is for it, but like all the menus and everything, it's like in the game.
Oh, like the user interface, the HUD. So.
Yeah. So Dead Space 2 did what God of War did, like way before God of War was a thing. Even to a bigger extent, where while you're using menus, it's still like one shot.
Oh right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which I think is awesome, but like, no, I lost my train of thought.
But what? It's just it's that again, but prettier.
Yeah, I mean,
I think this is going to be one where we're going to have to follow it and see what, like, when they've released gameplay, I think we'll be able to know what they're
I don't think
for.
we'll know if it'll be any good even then.
No, but if we see gameplay and it's like, oh, this obviously is an action, then we can be like, okay, we know what they're going for. But if it looks the same as Dead Space, we're like, okay, fuck it, forget it, it's shit.
You're saying if it looks like Dead Space, forget it, it's shit?
If
I want it to look like Dead Space.
No, but if they're remaking the game like Dead Space 1, then just play the first one. You both have said this. That why play the remake when you can just play the first one, because the first one hasn't aged poorly.
Yeah,
you both argued this for like half hour.
This is the thing, we already know that Dead Space 1 isn't shit.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
We don't know if Dead Space 1 remake isn't shit.
You were saying the same about the Resident Evil 4 remake, literally today as well, saying that you don't lose the original. If they remake Dead Space 1 the same as Dead Space 1, you still have the original. But if we see that they're not remaking it the same, it's like, oh, this is actually interesting. They're trying something new. Like, I'll have no interest if they're making it the same as Dead Space 1. If they're doing new things with a new direction.
I would to an extent.
But that just sounds crazy to me. If they, like...
Yeah, I don't... I guess
Because this has been a debate with RE4 too.
Yeah.
It's like
No. We've said the exact same thing about RE4. Like, why would you remake this? Everyone's saying the same thing. Why remake this
that
game?
wasn't
when
a
it's fine?
discussion for RE2.
The thing with RE4...
No, RE4 you just said.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying in contrast with the RE2 remake,
RE2
that's
made
not
sense.
as much of it. Yeah, exactly.
It made sense.
I think with RE4, what they should do is put it in a new engine and then just try and make it feel exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying
just remake
it has
that game.
tank controls. Would you not want to change the
so what you're saying
like
is
RE2?
Maybe. I mean, that's the thing. To me, I think I've not played RE4, but I think I would prefer RE2 over it.
Yeah.
The remake.
I guess it's just like, what is their design intent and like what are their goals? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you not think though Resident Evil 4 made the same way as Resident Evil 2 and 3 would not be really fucking good?
The same way as RE2, yeah.
Yeah, like that same type of game
mean,
with the whole setting would be so fucking good.
But what do you mean by that? Because RE2 remake copies the design of RE2 original. It's like reimagining it in a third person, more action, I guess. Like design.
I think it's difficult to say about remaking 4 because of like you had to remake 2 because of the fixed cameras. So trying to think of remaking 4 is like,
well, then it becomes
doesn't make
more
sense.
tricky, murky territory because you can like fuck the design way more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If they're changing a bunch of shit, I don't know if this team has the chops to make a good ass Dead Space game.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. When we compare like the Resident Evil 2, like we're basing this all on Resident Evil, like the Resident Evil remakes because they've done it so well. They fucking
But also,
perfected
it's
it.
what they were directly inspired by to make this.
Yeah, and it's like I trust like Japanese developers more than American developers because there's passion and pride there. There's money. They're like you're gonna get different results. So I find it so hard to like compare them, and I probably shouldn't. But it's like I want to have faith in a Dead Space game because that's like that's the only horror survival type game I've ever finished or played. It's like the one that I have like passion.
Is that not
with.
because it's more actiony though?
No, I quit those games so many times because the Invincible Necromorph scared the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah, but dude, if you hate that bit, that's like RE design to a T.
Yeah, that's
they love
Resident
that
Evil.
kind of stuff.
That's why I don't play Resident Evil games.
But if they did what you want, then
I
it would
wouldn't
be a
play
game
it.
you hate.
I
you
wouldn't
don't want to
play
play. And it would be good for like streamers and shit.
But the thing is, I like watching it.
But I mean, I don't want it to be Outlast, you know?
No, it won't be Outlast. It's hard to say.
I think the Resident Evil 3 remake
was a lot worse than 2.
I mean, it is worse than 2, but if they caught that balance of action horror with this Dead Space remake.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting hung up on this idea of like abandoning the action side of it, where it's like that's part of what's alluring about it.
I'd want,
just like in RE8, there's like a ton of like action in it, and there's still horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I will say I think I've tried to explain my point of view poorly because I'm not so confident with like talking about horror games, and it's like I just think of the vibe. I think of the vibe of 7 and 8, and I'm like,
yeah, I
that's
always agree with the
survival,
vibe, but like that's the vibe from 1, but just
I never felt 1 like the original Dead Space made you like you're never thinking about where am I going to get this ammo, like you're never struggling really for
I think that's
no.
I don't think that shouldn't. I don't think that should warp up. No, it should be like that on normal. That's because that changes the way the game plays. Like we were watching Resident Evil 8 downstairs,
but again, Resident
no
Evil 8 on normal is too easy, right? Isn't that a complaint?
When I played it on normal, and it felt about right. I had a bit of a surplus. It was on the easier side for sure, but I don't know. There's workarounds.
I think what I'm trying to say is the game should embrace the horror more by having it more like, oh, I've got to conserve ammo. You've got to think about you think about your stasis and your ammo consumption, because then you're more involved in the atmosphere. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
I guess that's already just what Dead Space was to me. Managing ammo and shit.
It wasn't like that for me because I played on normal and it's just like I had so much ammo and it's just like spam the machine gun at every enemy.
Yeah.
And what I mean is I just want it to be more like, I don't want to play it and be like, oh, I don't want to play it and just be like a normal game. I want to be fucking shitting myself at 1 a.m, like having a panic attack, like, ah!
Yeah, that's just describing my experience with the Dead Space game.
But I think your experience, you fucked yourself there, because you did the game on the hardest fucking difficulty where you kept your Xbox on for weeks.
That was for 2 though.
Yeah, no, but you're not going to think about how the game is normally because your memories of the hardest difficulty where you're having to play that way. So I think you don't remember.
I played
normal.
both of those games shit done.
I just think if you went back now and played it normal, you'd notice that there is just more ammo and it's not as like the Resident Evils are now with ammo consumption and all that. That's basically.
I guess I don't think it's as bad as you guys think in terms of that stuff. I don't know.
I just want, because it's like the same thing with Bloodborne. I don't want to fucking play it, but I love the atmosphere and I love the design, and I love the design of Dead Space, and I want that to be like even better. I want to make them to make it so incredible.
Yeah, I want to feel like Isaac Clarke.
Yeah, and I just have hope. I have a little bit of hope for the Dead Space remake, even if I explained all of my points poorly. I hope you get what I mean.
We'll see after these messages.
It's me, Zeus, the god. My fully endorsed the Jar Media merchandise available in the description below.
You were cringe facing it, bro. I love the music video.
Yeah, can you hold that? And then can you put it in your other hand? And then can I grab your hand so you can balance me?
Sonic thing with him wearing Ugg boots.
Pinky. Wait, is that real? I took my first proper cold shower today.
How'd it go?
You've been saying about that yesterday. I tried cold showers.
No, I watched a tutorial on how to take a cold shower.
Do you gradually decrease the temperature?
So the tutorial says you have your normal shower, and then
that's bullshit. That's shit.
at the end, you step back, turn it down a bit, get it cool, not cold, cool. Just hit your feet, then get it cold. It's hitting your feet, and then you breathe. You breathe in, you breathe out, just for a bit, and then you like walk into it up to your knees. And then you just go in. I'm saying straight up cold water, like that cold.
Like jumping into...
Yeah, like getting into an ice bath or something. And you just like have to step in.
I'm just saying that's a fucking pussy ass way to do it. That's such a baby way.
Does it
did it
work? Did it feel good?
No, it feels great. It does feel great.
It was fucking incredible.
What happens?
It's good for your body. It's really fucking good
like
for you.
the first time you ever felt a caffeine rush?
I had a really good one the other day.
It's like that. Like, you have to push past a certain point where it's just horrible. It's like you can barely breathe. Your body is just... and like you can't control your diaphragm and shit. Yeah, you sort of gradually get used to it, and like the tutorial says, like when you first start doing it, just do it 15 seconds. And turn the tap off, get out, like you're done. And you can like build up to 3 minutes and shit.
But what does it like do scientifically?
It's good for your muscles. Really good for your muscles.
Really?
It's good for like everything. It's just good for you.
To go from really hot to cold?
No, to
not like really hot
to
cold.
To go from hot to cold.
To just have a cold shower is really good for you. Something I noticed is that when you're drying yourself, there's like no sweat on your body. So like you just wipe the towel and it's dry. You know, your body isn't sweating.
Right, there's no
and shit. So you dry your armpits and it's just like dry. But I guess the reason it's good for muscles is because instead of your body trying to cool you down when you're in a hot shower, your body trying to warm you up, putting blood through everywhere, like
okay,
to the top of your skin and shit.
Yeah,
that's my theory.
maybe I'll give it a try.
No, it
is tough.
True.
It's there's like a mental barrier you have to push through because it's like just
this is the week to do it though.
Yeah.
He wants to intro the.
It's when you
segment.
start using soap during the cold period as well. Because it was like 2 years ago. I was just like, I just read this SAS guy and it was just like cold showers. So I was just like, okay, got in the shower, instantly just turned it straight on, max cold, and was just like, then just ran out of the shower because it was so fucking like horrible.
But
then
did you not have the shower first with the like soap and stuff, and then just cold water at the end? So you don't have to.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I
and that's
didn't
what
do
this
that.
guy said to do.
Yeah.
I had to clean
Probably makes
myself
it a
with
bit
the
easier.
ice cold water. No, it's terrible. But it does feel great. You get out of the shower and you're so refreshed. You feel like you could just go fucking one.
No, you feel like truly cleansed.
Yeah.
As opposed to I don't know, especially in this heat wave we've had.
No, but I it's nice because when you like wash yourself with warm water, you get out of the shower and it's cold, and you're like, fuck, you wrap yourself up. But when it's a cold shower, you get out and it's just like,
yeah, it's warmer
fucking
out the
boom.
shower than in it.
Yeah.
Because I knew that was a life hack already. When it's really cold in winter and you have a hot shower, before getting out, if you make it more tepid, adjust yourself to that heat, then get out. Then you're not shocked by the cold as much.
Yeah. That's smart. Good afternoon, morning, and welcome to the second half of the show, where we answer questions from a bunch of lovely Redditors over at the
Redditors FNAF.
Jar Media.
Oh yeah, r/Jar Media
FNAF. r/Jar Media FNAF.
FNAF.
Yeah, and if you head over there, you can send us questions we can answer, just like
Skelly Dude 11, who says, "Hello, I wanted to ask you a question about the Jar Media classics. Alongside the Curry episode and the normal episode, which episode do you believe belong in the Jar Hall of Fame?" And this is what I was referencing earlier. Leg 27 said, "It may be a bit early to say for sure, but I think the Chaos episode has the potential to be regarded as a modern classic of Jar. Also, the episode where Alex spends half of the cast trying to call a sex line is up there." I don't remember.
Okay,
remember that.
I'm just gonna say, the question that what other episodes belong there, I don't think any of us fucking remember any episode.
No, there's one that comes to mind. The one where I'm like lying face down.
Yeah, I think that's. I think
for the whole episode.
I think that is an especially. good
I just
episode.
remember how tedious it was to edit.
it was worth it though. That
Yeah,
episode
it's
was
totally
great.
worth it.
Yeah, that's
I
a funny
don't regret
bit.
that at all.
What about the the elephant in the room?
Yeah, that's a good one.
No, because the thing that make all of the like legendary episodes legendaries, not the gimmick and the funny, it's what we talk about, the normal episode.
That's what was
No.
good about the one where it's like lying on the floor, because it was like a normal episode, just having a normal conversation.
It wasn't the normal episode. That was a different episode.
It was like a normal episode, you know what I'm saying?
But I just think having it.
No, but the normal episode was a gimmick.
Yeah, but that was the gimmick in how we spoke on what we spoke about, not having a stupid elephant.
No, it wasn't a gimmick for me. I was just trying to be normal.
When have you heard any of the normal episode in recent history whatsoever?
Yeah.
Really?
I haven't listened to it since we did it. I've never re-listened to it or the Curry one.
I've listened to it. I said a few episodes ago I'd listen to it. I
Yeah.
listened to like half of it again. I can't get enough of it. There's so
What
many.
bit? The first half or the second half?
I sort of jumped through the majority, well, half of the episode overall.
Yeah.
I can't say because the normal episode is the best episode. I'm sorry.
I don't like. I think we ruin the legacy of those episodes by sticking in an episode that's not as legendary. Those
What have you got against the floor
The
one?
Curry episode isn't legendary.
Yeah, not in my mind.
It's just
fuck that
trash.
fucking
It's
episode.
just
No, but I think that's what makes it. It's so fucking bad that's why it's legendary, because we hit rock fucking bottom.
It's nice
That's
to have a
why.
reference point. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Like just straight up worst episode. Like
It's-
if
it's a
they were all
two-
on IMDb, it would have like the lowest rating. Like
It's the two extremes: the peak and the rock bottom. The Curry episode and the normal episode. And how can we feel that the betraying? I don't think anything is worthy of it.
All three of us agree that the curry episode is trash and the normal episode is good.
Has there ever been consensus that the curry episode has been good?
No, but this is the thing. It's like a debate.
It's a debate in the jar.
No,
It's the normal versus curry.
Yeah, I discovered today that there is a whole curry episode Reddit.
Yeah.
A whole curry episode Reddit.
I know, they are
fucked up.
fucking memeing. I don't believe that any jar fans actually had any real enjoyment from the curry episode.
They're a fragment of our cult that we need to snuff out.
Because there's a danger of them splitting off into their own fucked up cult.
Yeah.
Curry cult.
Like an even more dangerous version.
But like the people who appreciate the normal episode, I think it's like a fight between like new gen and old gen.
Oh, the different waves of jar.
Yeah.
Different
And
eras.
it's like
Point.
old wave,
This flat
like,
era fighting the what era is the normal episode from? What would you describe it as?
That was the first era of. I don't know. We can't talk about sets on eras. So it's like the first era of the first era of the room up there.
I don't think it was. Because we had the sofa in place, I think.
Oh, the first era of that era was the
4 chairs.
The 4 chairs, then the sofa, and then it became the fucked setup that was by the wall. Yeah, that was just the room era. This is the jar set era. That was the room era. The room
doesn't really
era.
help narrow it for us, but
What do you mean it doesn't?
the room era, we've always done it in a room.
No,
haven't
but
we?
this is the jar set. The flat was its own era. That wasn't an era of itself. The room.
Should we do a woods episode? In the woods?
A real woods episode. Yeah,
We've
that's
talked
where we
about
go
this.
to
The King's Arms.
Yeah.
We talked about. Can we, I was
We
saying
have to go to the top of that creepy tower.
Ooh,
I was saying to Jim yesterday.
that'd be an awesome episode.
That'd be scary as fuck.
No,
That tower is a death sentence.
Yeah, true. Actually,
why?
I can-
Why is it death
it's just
sentence?
scary.
It's like a
The stairs are dodgy
it's like
as
a
hell.
4-story tower with no railing on the stairs.
And the
Okay, I'm
stairs
not
are just
there.
like stones, just like sticking
Yeah,
out.
I got like 2 stories up and I couldn't go any further.
Yeah, we're not doing that at night because one of us would be at the top and then there's silence and our body just falls off because something pushed us and we're just dead. No, but I said this to you yesterday that we need to do a King's Arms episode. We need to go through those woods at night.
the scary episode.
Yeah, no, I want to do it, even though I'm the one who's going to cry and scream.
No, we should do the underground old World War II tunnel episode.
Wait, what? Is
Yeah,
that
they
near the King's Arms as well?
Yeah, just
Yes,
in those
underneath
woods.
all those hills.
Why don't we just go to fucking Melksham and go to the nuclear fallout bunker under it? No, that's Corsham. There's like a proper nuclear era fucking.
We can do the
Really?
Trowbridge
bunker.
episode as well, where we get attacked by some roadmen.
We're gonna do a haunted episode this November, Halloween. Watch out.
November isn't Halloween.
Yeah, what? November?
You son of a
Oh,
bitch.
fuck. Have I spent my entire life thinking November was Halloween? Yeah.
Matt Hawkshaw.
No, should we send it to a vote? If
For
people
what?
want us to do a scary episode in the King's Arms and near the King's Arms,
Well, I mean, there's logistics and shit to all that.
not really. We drive there. We
Well,
park
we're gonna
up.
record it.
With all this.
We need some little
No, you
portable mics.
take that. It's got a camera in, like the walk videos.
It is, what do you mean it's got a camera in it? It is a
Oh
camera.
fuck me!
It's one of those days, huh?
What is up with your brain right now?
It's got the mics in, like the walk video. It had the inbuilt mic,
Mm-hmm.
so we use that. The camera's got an inbuilt camera. I'm sorry. It's a Friday. I've had a tough week.
I suppose it's not wrong. It does have an
Well,
inbuilt-
yeah, I mean, it's true.
It's just, yeah.
But yeah, actually, go on the Reddit. There'll be a poll. Choose if you want us to traumatize me.
No, do it on Twitter. I'm not doing no Reddit poll.
No,
Someone will
do it on
Oh, you're saying,
do it on
okay.
TikTok.
Yeah, make a
That's where
TikTok video.
We'll all see it there.
Let's do a
That's the
TikTok
only-
poll. Matt Horseshawk has one for us. Hey, Eternals. Do you still play Red Dead Online? Is it still as bad as they say? Even after a year since the Naturalist update, there's still nothing to buy with all the money you can earn. Besides Red Dead not printing money like GTA Online, which just received another major content update, why do you think Rockstar keeps neglecting a game with such huge potential?
Because it's not GTA.
Yeah. This is honestly something I'd like to go... Maybe on the next... update to Red Dead Online.
Yeah, because this one doesn't seem substantive enough to even
it
play.
seems like the kind of stuff they probably should have added months ago. I don't know how much COVID fucked Rockstar.
Clearly their plan wasn't as concrete, though, for Red Dead.
From what I understand, the guy that left had quite a cool idea for what he wanted Red Dead Online to be, but then he left.
What, Dan Houser?
Yeah. I think unless it was just a totally different guy. But yeah, my assumption is they had big plans, cool ideas for it, but it didn't start making the GTA bucks, so they pulled funding.
No, it would make sense. They had the whole Street Racer,
they did.
which I would say really interesting, but it's a deal. It's a expansion for GTA 5,
GTA, yeah.
so therefore I have no interest.
Yeah, and knowing there's flying motorbikes and shit in that.
It takes away the whole, Street Racer, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I'm not interested in being a street racer in a world where someone can just fly over with a jet and shoot me.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah, it is weird. There's so much potential, but if they're not invested, it's just nothing's going to come of it. And I'm not going to spend any time in it. They haven't even updated it for PS5 and Xbox Series X yet, but they're still releasing updates for it for you to play.
Yeah, I've been tempted to go on it on PC. But I don't know anyone that plays Red Dead Online, so I'm not gonna get into it by myself at the moment. Yeah, they need a bit more.
A bit more.
Just a bit more.
Just a bit more.
Just more shit. I've done enough of the stuff that was already in the game 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just old.
I don't want to do that shit by myself. I'll do new shit by myself, but not that old shit.
Explosive Kangaroo left one. I have a big idea here. You need to make a batch of mead. It's a really simple process which I enjoy as an easy way to produce alcohol, and I believe the jar men should name a fermented beverage which they can drink on the cast ? I love the idea of a special series or episode of Jar about making special Jar Mead, a connection to the old gods and the sacred entities, bees, which were mentioned in the previous cast. Please?
That's kind of a cool idea. Jar Mead, yeah. Also, isn't our clan on...
Yes, Jar Mead.
Yeah, our clan on... What's it called?
Apex.
Apex Legends.
Just Jar Mead.
Jar Mead. Spell MEAD.
Because of mead.
Yeah, but also mead is in the drink.
Mead, yeah. So it would work, but it's the problem is where do we make it? Who has the facilities to make it?
Garage.
Yeah, I want to brew ale. It's just, I don't know. I don't, because it's such a thing. You mix all this shit and then leave it for ages. If it comes out shit, it would just be a real buzzkill.
Yeah.
So I'd want to do it right.
No, that's why, because I was watching something on James May, because he's made his own gin. And they were doing this stuff where this guy he's partnered with this guy who actually makes alcohol, and he knows there's certain tastes you put in because it complements other things you put in. So you've got to kind of know botanicals and shit to know that you should add these things to have the taste. And it's you'd have to research that, and I don't think I'm fucking clueless on it, so I wouldn't really know. I just know that
somewhere,
there would be beans in it. There will be beans in the jar.
You could
mead.
have a few different vats and just experiment with the ingredients.
Yeah, black beans, kidney beans, baked beans.
Yeah.
What are baked beans? What kind of bean is a baked bean?
Baked?
See, what would be your ideal mead? Because I would want to make one that's quite berry and that's summer. It's like a summer flavour.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever drunk mead.
I don't think mead is something you have a berry version.
What if it's
But if you can't have a berry one,
mead is more like a a strong ale, from what I understand.
So you have it more like a baked bean flavour? Like a strong, deep roast.
What do you mean?
If you can't have berry flavour,
Mead.
like a bean
The two flavours, bean and mead. Or bean and berry, sorry.
No, but I think it's a great idea because
It's fermenting honey with water, sometimes with various fruits, spices, grains, or hops.
Okay, so I assume it is sweeter than an ale.
yeah, some
if it's
berries, boy.
They're not berries with honey.
Grapes give us wine. Hops give us beer. Apples give us cider. Honey gives us monk's mead. Oh, that's like an actual like product they just advertise for them.
So what would work? What would work with like a honey-based thing? Fucking yogurt. A yogurt fucking flavour mead.
Yogurt mead. That fermenting like.
No, because I mean
dairy.
yogurt flavours like a vanilla-y yogurt flavour with a bit of berry tinge, with the honey.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What am I?
Mead, berry.
Alex
You mean
just
vanilla?
said that it's a
Vanilla.
honey thing. So really, when you get yogurt that's shit, you add a bit of honey. So like
but you're
they
getting hung up.
complement each other.
Just bringing up yogurt's just confusing. You just mean like vanilla and like fruity.
Yeah, like a yogurt flavour. But vanilla.
Yogurt is like has its own flavour inherently though as well.
Let's put yogurt in our meat. What the fuck is gonna come out of that?
Okay, I mean like
I reckon,
vanilla.
like, James should have his own vat and he can just put whatever he feels like.
No, because vanilla would work and berry.
Yeah, vanilla. would be
But
nice.
vanilla and berry with like a bit of juniper.
What are you giggling about?
That's what. No, but the thing is, if we do it, we could make a certain one, and we can give it away. We can send Jarlings.
Yeah, we can
Jar
send all the
Mead.
fans alcohol through the mail.
Yeah, berry yogurt mead.
You
No,
bully me.
But what if like it's actually an amazing discovery and it's like the new drink?
Yeah, what about if we become like the next
like
Ryan
a
Reynolds?
yogurt fucking mead.
We have the next.
We'll have fucking Ryan Reynolds and Korg like doing adverts for it before we know it.
Yeah, we'll become the bougie like sought after alcohol where in all these posh London restaurants they're like,
Yeah, it's
oh,
like,
your finest
oh,
Jar
man,
Mead,
this-
please.
Yeah, this shit makes you feel really unique. You like have one sip and you like vomit and you like start shaking, but holy fuck, the
You
feeling.
shit for days.
Yeah.
It's like 1 second of absolute pure ecstasy followed by like days of
Diarrhea.
misery.
Duke Walker left one. What are your nerds' opinions on the upcoming Avatar films? Will they be worth the wait? Will they even come out? I know you all, minus James, watched and talked about the first film for a cast review in 2016, but could be interesting hearing your thoughts on the original film too.
My thoughts on Resident Evil 8? Yeah, I like it quite a bit.
James, surely you watched
You've seen Avatar.
Yeah, but I couldn't give a flying fuck about any of the sequels.
I agree.
Who fucking cares? It's been like 20 fucking years.
I don't know why. I have more faith than everyone else. Just in terms of, I'm intrigued by this idea of this movie being like set underwater and like the visuals you can get from an underwater like crazy landscape.
Also-
Aquaman.
James
Well.
Cameron doesn't really miss. You know, he's pretty on point.
And like after the first Avatar, he got like these 3 writers together and made them like all write together and shit, like with him in the writing room, and he's
Right.
like plotted out like a whole thing. And like, if it wasn't him, I don't think I'd care.
Yeah.
And I think I'll know based on just how like the trailer looks, like what vibe he's going for, and if it's going to be more ambitious or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's like never a film I think about or even want to like go and watch. But it's also not one I really have strong negative feelings towards.
No,
either.
definitely not. I just don't really
It was such a like
care.
movie of that time.
Mm.
It was like,
I loved it at the time.
Mm.
I mean, like,
and to be
all
honest,
kids.
I think the visual effects work in Avatar is better than most of the shit still coming out today, like the Fast and Furious movies and shit like that. You know, like it's not even comparable.
It's not. It's bargain
Like just the
basement.
implementation of visual effects and just the way it's shot and the technology. It's like,
yeah, it's
you know.
incredibly impressive. I quite like the main actor as well from Avatar. I don't know if he'd be coming back.
Sam Worthington.
Yeah, I don't know why. He's such like a
He was just that guy of the time.
yeah, but I like him. Maybe it's because of Black Ops.
Because he's an Aussie.
Yeah, that too.
Wait.
He's Mason from Black Ops.
Did you not know that?
No, I did. Can we talk about how Black Ops is fucking incredible?
So just 236 episodes we've already done about that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
James got swamp crotch again.
He's got some fucking...
Oh yeah, Oggy's done a little fart one.
Whoa!
Oof, there's even a fan going too, and it's still like...
Jesus Christ!
No, it's too late. It's no point now. It's already in the ether. And that's going to make him release more.
It is the ether.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's just squirted out an extra fucking half a gallon.
That was bad. Stay. Yeah.
I had to drive James for like 40 minutes. 2 ways, so like
Yeah, it's like an hour
and
and a half, pretty much.
hour and a half.
Because we stopped for Starbucks.
Yeah, we stopped at Starbucks.
Got fucking fucked over, big time.
My car doesn't have air conditioning.
It's also got a broken window.
I've never experienced swamp crotch to the extent that I experienced swamp crotch. My balls were swimming.
What time in the day were you driving?
3.
The peak. It was
3 in that 30 degree.
yeah. Peak heat is like between 3 and 4
Mm-hmm.
because it's not till like 8, 9 that it starts getting
cooling
cooler.
down.
So yeah, my balls were swimming in a swamp.
No,
of,
but here's the thing. I was obviously in the car with
masculinity.
you for the first half of the journey. My crotch was fine. I've never... You've talked about swamp crotch before, but I've never actually experienced it.
That is bullshit.
I don't know what what I actually
You get swamp
feels
crotch,
like.
don't you, Alex?
Yeah, of course.
And it's even worse when you're driving because your legs are sort of restrained to a certain angle.
I've never experienced it. I'm always quite cool down there.
What about your ass?
It's my back. That's what gets sweaty. It's just my back.
What about your ass though? You didn't answer.
My ass is fine.
You've never had a slippery pair of cheeks.
A marginally slippy pair of
cheeked
sweet.
up.
Yeah, I was double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon helping James drive to Starbucks.
Mazda 808 has one. A while ago, I remember Jar talking about Spider-Man Miles Morales before it was released. I was wondering, since it's been out for a while now, have any of you played it, and do you have any intentions of playing it or not?
Isn't it on a PS5?
It's on
It's on
PS4 as
PS4.
well,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not 60. So
Yeah. no problem playing.
yeah, I'll play it when you buy me a PS5.
Yeah, I'll play it when you buy me a PS5.
I'll play
Or when
Gran Turismo
Sony
you
makes
buy
it
me
so you
PS5.
can buy a PS5.
Yeah.
No, you can just go on eBay and buy one for about £1,500.
The Devalahan says, how old were Alex and Jamie when they first watched Trainspotting? And has James ever seen it? Also, what does Jamie think of T2 now? Time has passed since its release.
I like T2.
Yeah, I liked it more when I rewatched it the other day. How
Yeah.
old was I? I was pretty young when I first saw when I first saw
very
Trainspotting
young.
because loads of it went over my head.
hmm Yeah, I must have been like 13,
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
That's one of the greats to me. That movie, I can watch it at any point.
Yeah, on
First one.
Letterboxd, it's in my top 4
Yeah, it's in my top
films
4.
of all time. Yeah,
Danny Boyle.
it's actually one of those films that does kind of piss me off to an extent because it's too good.
Yeah, that like Hot Fuzz thing where it's like...
Yeah, how is it so well made?
Mhm.
Every aspect of it is just perfect.
Yeah. You ever seen it, James?
Nope. Never seen the sequel. Nope.
You never seen like the bit where he like puts his hand in the toilet and the...
I think I've seen a bar fight scene, maybe?
Yeah. There's
That's
a bar
about
fight.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I probably can't say I am going to see it anytime soon. At least. Because, movies and me,
Yeah. Raisin Mall says, Hi Jar lads, been meaning to ask since the new set was revealed. What's with the picture of Burg on the wall? Lego Racers 2 was my first ever video game, so my attention was immediately drawn to his picture. Is there any deeper significance to his place in the set, or is he just there because he's an inherently funny character? Kind of answered your question in the question, my friend.
No,
there is more to it.
Burg became legend because you'd always call me Burg.
Well, no, it goes deeper than that. Our old cultist friend had an affinity for a term.
John?
Yeah, John. John had an affinity for the term butt burglar.
That's right.
Which turned to Buttberg, which turned to Berg, which reminded us of Berg, the iceberg.
No, but it's also been a
Berg
thing.
Was on my mind because of Lego Racers 2
Yeah,
and being
yeah.
the hardest boss.
But then because you would always say Berg, for the last few years, if it's your birthday, I say Happy Berg Day in relation to Berg.
And it's just the angle of that picture, and it's like a perfect image. It's just so fucked up.
He's a cheater. He's a son of a bitch, that Buttberg.
Yeah, it's a really
Berg.
tough. Speaking of games that need remakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking get on it.
Yeah, Capcom.
Konami should be making some pachinko machines out of the Berg.
One Trait Farter says, "Hey James, I have a question for Alex. You have inspired me to get back into Lego. I have uncovered some old sets of mine, but most of it is lost to time. What are some good sets you would recommend? P.S. Will there ever be any more uploads to the I Build Everything channel?"
That one I'm pointing at.
Currently, the Jar set has the Sandcrawler on it, which I'm quite a fan of. It's one of my favorite
very
Star
cool.
Wars vehicles. It has an awesome silhouette. As far as sets I actually recommend, they're really good with like adult themed stuff now. They're really leaning into that. I went to the fairly new Lego shop in Bristol the other day, and they've got such a cool selection of stuff now. They've got like loads of different plants you can buy, like a bonsai tree. They got the whole ideas line of like a ship in a bottle. There's like a typewriter you can build, an elaborate piano set. Really cool shit like that you can get now. There's even, I saw, and I was really tempted to buy it, like a buildable world map that you put on the wall. So they're getting really cool and creative with stuff like that. That's really alluring to me, and I like all the NASA stuff as well. But yeah, just find a Lego shop and have a look. Just go online. Oh, we need to address this from Swastika Eyes. Hypus is just a quick one for the barrel. But I'm putting it at the end here. I'm an entomologist who has dedicated my life to improving the reputation of wasps. Just wanted to clarify a few things regarding the hornets discussion. The hornets that are causing great concern are Vespula velutina, which are currently not established here in the UK, though they are in France and continental Europe, and there have been a few records of them over here. They're smaller than our native hornets, and they're predominantly black in colour. Our native hornets, Vespa cabro, can be bigger and are yellow and red. That must have been the one I saw. Hornets and wasps are important in an ecosystem because not only are they pollinators, they're not as efficient as their cousins, the bumblebee, but they are excellent predators who can be very useful for keeping pests, insects from destroying our crops. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, I'm not going to say that bit. Also, listening to James trying to pronounce scientific names should become a regular feature on the cast. I guess that was in relation to the
Troglodyte's pan troglodyte.
what was the orangutan? It's like mungo.
Pagamus.
yeah, that's right.
That one.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were talking about the really big ones because they're not like normal hornets. The really huge ones.
We've
They're
had
like-
like multiple wasp sort of hornet comments. I'm glad someone's out there fighting the fight for the hornets. Someone has to do
The
it.
wasps.
Wasps and hornets. Sorry, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck them though.
Yeah. I can't say you've really won me onto their side
Yeah, not at
necessarily.
all.
Oh no, but why do you actually hate them? Have they stung you?
Because they look horrible.
Yeah.
Everything looks horrible when you're that small.
Nah, because like caterpillar's pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
Ladybird's pretty funny.
Butterflies, dragonflies.
Dragonfly's awesome.
Dragonfly is huge. very cool.
Even though dragonflies,
Scary.
they've had the capacity to be scarier.
Yeah,
When they were
back in
young.
the prehistoric days when they were like 6 foot long. I mean, I'm sure that's an exaggeration, but they were big as fuck.
Yeah, they were huge.
Yeah, that
than
would be
Arky.
terrifying.
Yeah, and they've got like laser precision in the way they can fly.
Yeah. Yeah, aviation just geniuses.
And no, I'm not going to start talking about scientific names for animals.
Let's do a couple more here. Vibrating Pablo says, how many non-jacked Kumail Nanjianis would it take to defeat jacked Kumail Nanjiani?
2.
We talk about human on human. 2 humans can always normally beat 1 human. Because if one goes for the legs, the other one just doesn't. You can take
What if they're
anyone
as
down.
jacked as...
Do you think like two of us could take on Arnie in his peak?
No, we're talking about non-jacked Kumail to jacked Kumail. That's different to me and you versus Arnie. Arnie was huge. Kumail is not as huge.
He's pretty huge though.
Yeah, but he's not Arnie huge.
My
pretty
guess would
huge,
be
though.
2 or 3.
I think 2.
Yeah.
No, I think 2. Like, how much of someone could you grab when there's 3 of you trying to grab someone? There's not enough of Kumail to share between the Kumails.
But I feel like with the 2 arms, maybe...
No, you don't go for arms, you go for legs.
No, but he's going to be fighting them as they're going for the legs, you know?
Yeah, but it's hard to punch it down to the legs than it is to if someone's grabbing your
Well, he
arm.
just sits
Because
down.
you've got more strength to deck them in the face if they're grabbing your arm.
Yeah, but if you got a Kumail by the legs, and
You can knock him over. You can pull him over. That's where you win.
no, but he's a weaker Kumail.
No,
You might not be able to pull
no, but it's
over a strong
balance.
Kumail.
No, but the thing is, if you just jump down, grab his legs, and then the other one just rugby tackles instantly on the floor. Because he'll be immobile because
Yeah,
of the
but
legs.
then they're all on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
All it takes is a energetic, strong Kumail to jump up.
He'll have like 10 times the energy, 10 times the
Yeah,
muscle
he can
mass.
just spring up. He can spring one smack to the face of a weak Kumail from a strong
do that
Kumail.
thing from like the Arkham
gonna-
games where Batman goes like when on the ground. Just do one of
Yeah.
those, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm... Because
Ground
a weak Kumail is still quite strong. Like, humans can be quite strong when they need to be. That is not void rage strong, you know?
Which Kumail, current Kumail is roid rage strong.
Yeah, but he's void rage strong, but he's not fighter. He doesn't know how to fight.
He knows he can fight though better than weak Kumail.
But they fight, their fighting skills the same. So when you're talking about taking them down in a fight, it doesn't... Yeah, you've got stronger muscles and you can hit harder, but you're still not technically
No, but
good
you can
enough.
also withstand more.
I don't think muscle density matters to being able to take hits.
Yeah, but he's not going to be like taking precision hits to the face.
Weak Kumail.
Either of them.
Yeah,
Well, weak Kumail is more likely to take a strong precision hit to the face than strong Kumail. Strong Kumail, for all we know, has been using a punching bag. He might have been trained to throw a punch. He might need to be trained to throw a punch.
But he
for
probably
fight
isn't,
choreography.
because he's an actor, so he's not going to learn combat sports.
No, but like punching a punching bag, it doesn't require you to learn a combat sport, but you will be better at punching if you're trained how to punch a
But how
punching
many
bag.
actors are learning to punch for punching bags? And why would you just spend your time punching a punching bag?
It's good cardio.
But then you could just do more with that.
With what?
Sparring with people. Because that's
No,
also
but they
good
don't
cardio.
need to do that.
Yeah, but they don't need to do that at all. If they're actors, they don't need to even punch a punching bag. They've got all these paid dietitians and PTs.
No, but what I'm saying is, we don't know that he hasn't been punching
we don't know
bags.
who he has, though.
What's that car in the background?
It's definitely an NA. It's probably 1.6 Corsa. It's a low capacity engine. It's a Yobbo car.
Well, on that note, actually,
No, I haven't finished my Kumail Numanji.
I'm going to say 3.
I'm gonna say 2.
3.
I'm gonna say 2 because you don't realise where's your balance, bro? Where's your balance? It's on your legs.
because he can keep track of 2. As soon as that
What do you
third
mean he
guy
can
gets
keep
behind
track?
him, that's it. It's done.
What do you mean
No,
you keep
Alex
track
has-
of?
no, that's a very good point.
You're implying both weaker Kumails are coming at him head on. You're saying
I feel
you're
like
saying
I could keep track of like.
you're saying the
YouTubers.
third one. You're saying the third one's coming from behind. The
You can't
second
keep
one
track
can.
of
No,
It's
think
too
also, Kumail's going to be way more confident.
The strong
now that
one,
he's
yeah.
the strong Kumail's going to be confident as fuck. Weak Kumail taking on a strong Kumail, he's going to be intimidated. He's going to be
But they're a
scared
pack.
to
He's
approach.
gonna know
But,
he's
but
up
there's
against
multiple weaker Kumails. They're a pack.
So we're talking about
No,
like
2
3
people is
hyenas
not a pack.
versus a lion.
Yeah, pretty much. But at the
lion's still
same
gonna
time, if you know you've got the lesser hand, you've got the bad hand, you use tactics. You jump him. You don't just go into a bare fight. You get an upper hand and you jump him out of nowhere because then you
No,
surprise
that's
him.
but this is
No, 'cause
an
I'm
arranged fight.
Whenever I picture these stupid fight
It's a blank,
things,
like- it's
it's
a
just
blank-
like yes, like
it's like
an
a-
infinite
empty
space.
field.
Yeah.
and
No, like a
fucking
fighting
endless.
game
It looks
training
like
arena.
Gmod, you know, when you like
Yeah,
spawn
yeah.
in and it's just fucking nothing.
Yeah, flat grassland.
So it's just like fight.
hmm
I think
No advantage.
No,
No,
but here's the
like,
thing.
No trees.
You're
to hide
forgetting
behind and
another thing.
pounce.
Who's faster? The weaker Kumails.
No,
No.
he wasn't like in shape.
Yeah. His cardio would be better. His speed would be better. His strength would be better. He could just outrun them.
Yeah, he could run away for a bit, tire them out, then just sprint in.
No, but that's
smack one down.
No, but that's where you tackle the legs because then he's instantly on the floor.
No, but he's already
And then
ran for a
no,
bit, and they're knackered.
No, but as soon as you get him on the floor, the other weaker Kumail can start pounding him while he's on the floor with his feet. That would win. That would straight up
No,
win.
but listen. So you're saying Kumail stood up, guy grabs his legs, other one tackles him. Now everyone is on the floor.
No, because
one is in a position
that
to
whole
kick.
situation you just talked about is if he's running. If you grab his legs
No,
while he's
no, no.
running, he's just gonna fall.
Nah.
Well, if
No.
if he's running, you're not catching up to him. He's strong
No, but
Kumail. He's fast
chasing
Kumail.
you.
Better Kumail.
The strong Kumail is chasing the weaker
No,
Kumails.
strong Kumail wouldn't take on 2 unnecessarily. He would run away for a moment. If they're charging him, he's gonna run.
No, he's chasing the weaker Kumails.
Why would they be running?
Because I just said they've got the speed, and then you argue that they don't. And I said they're
They
running
don't
away.
have the speed. No,
Yeah,
they're not running
That's the
away.
thing. If they don't have the speed, they start running. Then once stronger Kumail starts charging them, that's when you attack.
No, but
You
if they're
use that
both running at
brief.
that point, they need to stop, turn around, and then charge
No,
him.
because you get him close. So he's close enough to jump and gab you. That's when you fucking slide underneath, get those legs. He tops it.
No, at
and
that
that's when you
point,
attack.
you're already fucked. If
No,
you're
you're
running
not
away,
fucked.
you're fucked. If you're running away from strong Kumail, you've lost.
I don't agree.
Strong Kumail.
That's not how it works.
James, how many pawnies would it take to take down strong Kumail?
That's a fucking silly question.
Still
Why would
3.
you ask such a
I
stupid
would
question?
say,
He has
I
a
think
bloody
1.
blade.
1.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think with how good of a fighter Pawnee is,
Mm.
as displayed in international, MIB international, there's a lot of room there for him to kind of just annihilate.
He
strong Kumail.
has a blade. He has a weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
So he therefore
and he's an
win.
alien. You know, he's probably got like a grenade launcher.
Okay, then here's an actual
Okay.
question. Here's a genuine question that's actually grounded in realism for once, which is something I know Jar is just never thing. So what about the Wok and multiple peak Kumails?
3.
You still think 3?
Yeah.
No, 2 whipped Kumails could take on the Wok.
No, dude.
We're talking about
telling you,
the
the
whipped. Kumails.
He's like a brick wall.
But the Rock isn't that mobile.
And this is where my tactic comes in for the weak Kumails. You get me? You make him
No,
try-
but the difference is
Weak Kumails stand no chance.
strong Kumails are mobile. Strong Kumail, he isn't swole. He isn't swole to the point of like inability to move. He looks like he's just athletic. He looks like he could run 300 meters and like be good.
So
You
my
know?
tactic for taking out strong Kumail would work against the Wok. You take him down, you go the feet.
No, but
'Cause
the
it's
Rock ain't
Wok.
gonna chase. The Rock is most.
Stands ground.
Yeah. He's at an advantage when he's not moving.
Defensive type.
Yeah,
but-
if
no,
he
but the
holds up and just like
I
takes a few
think-
hits.
I think you
And
can't. You
no,
can't.
remember he was a wrestler.
That's what I'm saying. You can't. You can't fight him. You just can't.
It might even take 4 strong Kumails to take him down.
No, I'm confident it would take more. Because the Rock fucking body slam people. He's got the fucking muscles. He can just bang.
No, and you were saying like he's way bigger
bang.
now than he's ever been.
Yeah,
He's
easily.
way bigger than when he was a wrestler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but he still has that wrestler knowledge. But he's just got more
but now
strength
he's got
to
more
do it.
capacity.
Yeah. I don't think 5 could take the Rock.
The 5 could. 5 definitely could.
I disagree. I think
'cause
you
then it's just
underestimate the
swarming.
Rock's power.
No, because then you have the Rock in the middle, and then 5 individuals just coming in closer from different angles. What can he do?
No,
You can't
because
cover 5 points at the same
no,
time.
but it's the
It's
Rock.
like Thanos fighting the Avengers.
yeah.
You
Because
know,
if
he just
in that
can't-
situation, if the Rock pulls the elbow first, he could knock out one Kumail instantly. That means there's 4. Because a proper strong elbow to the face could fuck you up.
But The Rock isn't trained in like actual fighting.
Yeah, you can't actually fight like in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, but being a wrestler, you've actually got to fucking hit people with wrestling, you know? You've actually got to be... you need to know how to do things. And with the basics of
Kumail
combat
knows how to
sport.
do things, dude.
No, but
yeah,
you don't know.
wrestling is no more impressive than Kumail.
I completely disagree. Have you not
Okay,
seen...
John
have you not
Cena-
seen the video of Steve-O getting knocked the fuck out in a wrestling ring? On Friday Night Raw? He got fucked. He got body slammed and blacked out. And was like wriggling in pain because they fucked him
well,
up.
you remember the Louis Theroux episode
Yeah,
where he
yeah,
goes
yeah.
to the the wrestlers and they
He's
beat him
forced
up.
to exercise until he
Yeah.
vomits.
Like, no, I'm not underestimating the Rock's wrestling experience.
You know what? Speaking of The Rock, there's this weird like trailer on YouTube for his like DC Black Adam movie. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, it's like it's all like concept art shit, but with his voiceover. It's all this like art of him in this the Black Adam like suit. It's me, Black Adam.
I reckon that film is going to suck
Yeah, I think you're
big
right.
time.
Do you know what else has also come out? He's not going to be any more Fast and Furious movies.
Really?
Because he's feuding with Vin Diesel.
Is that really? You serious?
Yeah.
Good.
He's not being anymore.
So so is Hobbs and Shaw like done then? They're not doing another one of those? Because that
Possibly.
seemed like they really wanted a universe thing going on.
Yeah.
With your Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart's kind of
Has
a duo
Ryan
thing with The Rock,
has
so-
Ryan Reynolds ever been whipped?
Yeah.
You sure?
He's always been like the pretty boy.
He's ripped right now.
No, but that's not. He's not Kumail whipped. And Kumail's nowhere near.
No, Camille's swole.
No, you just said he isn't swole.
Well, no, he's not the Rock swole, but he's swole. He's strong.
No, he's whipped. I'd call Kumail whipped. Ryan Reynolds is not whipped.
Okay, Ryan Reynolds is shredded.
No, he's not shredded.
No, he is shredded.
He's not shredded. He's just muscular. He's just.
He's shredded.
I
Ryan
don't
Reynolds.
think he's
You seen his
shredded.
abs?
Have you
Yeah, that
seen him in
man
the
is
change
shredded.
up?
No, because being shredded is being the Rock. That's
You seen the voices?
because when I think of muscles, it's just like whipped is the lowest. Shredded is even more. Then being the Rock is
No. Ripped is more than shredded.
No, because being
No,
shredded.
being shredded
Nah, this
means
is just getting insane now. Really ripped and shredded?
No,
what
shredded-
the fuck is the difference?
What?
shredded means
What?
you're just like lightly
No, that's
muscular
ripped.
but low body fat. Ripped is
So then I just
like,
mean the
strong-
same thing.
No, they're different levels. Shredded because shredded's like more aggressive. You're fucking shredded.
no shredded
That's
means
like
you've shredded.
muscling.
You've been shredding like the weight.
No,
You've been shredding the fat off your
you're
body.
shredding your muscles, making them.
No, you're
huge.
ripping your muscles. You're ripping.
Nah, shredding.
You're
No, but
ripping them so
what-
they have to repair.
If,
to
okay,
become
take a
stronger.
piece of paper. If you rip it, what do you imagine? A whip. When you think shred, you think an aggressive shred.
Shredded and ripped are both the same thing, though.
No,
When
they're
you-
not.
When you're shredding
No,
something
no,
and
no,
ripping
no.
something.
They're not.
You're missing all the nuances, Alex.
Like shredded is a more aggressive ripped. So someone being shredded is bigger than ripped. Because
What about-
ripped's just like
Lacerated.
Lacerated.
that's the Rock.
No, he's not lacerated.
What is the Rock then?
He's swole. He's built. Swole is more than built. We can agree on that.
No, because
He's
when I think
built for
swole, I
bad
think
movies.
swollen. That's what the
Yeah,
Rock
swollen-
is. He's swollen.
He's swollen. Swole.
Swollen.
But I
Yeah, we
think
can agree
swollen.
swollen.
Built. Built means like.
No,
built
built
is-
is even less than ripped.
built is not less.
No, because some people are built just big.
No, okay,
Like, being
if a
ripped
guy's
is like
built, you know, like the world's strongest man.
Yeah,
Like, they're built.
That's not built. I
That is built.
Built is
what
when,
are they then?
Built is just when you are just quite built. You're built to have muscles, but being ripped is taking that
hearing
build.
you guys try and justify what these words mean is actual insanity.
Have you never heard of? Have you never ever come across the terminology of ripped, shredded?
No, of course I have, but I think it's way broader than the way you're like zoning into like a degree where you're like, no, I could draw what someone who's ripped compared to someone who's shredded compared to someone who's fucking
Okay,
built.
no, throw your hat in the ring, bro.
Yeah.
What's more, ripped or shredded? What's your definition
Ripped
of
or shredded?
Ripped
I would
or
say
shredded?
they're the same.
Which ones? But
They
that's
are
just
the
not
same. They mean
true.
the same thing.
That's just not true.
They mean the same thing.
No, because like my analogy with paper, they're the same thing, but they're different levels.
No, shredded is you put it in a shredder, and it's like a lazy activity. Bzzz.
No, because that's not shredding. Shredding is shredding.
like a dog shred apart a rabbit.
Yeah, that's aggressive. Whipping is
rip
not.
it, what?
A dog
Ripping-
ripped apart a rabbit is
Yeah,
the same.
No, because ripping apart a rabbit and shredding is aggression. That's where it is.
Both are ripping and shredding and tearing and bamboozling.
torn.
I've seen guys rip apart. You've seen Billy. You might have seen Billy doing it. Like shredding is like you're doing it with more energy, which means it's more aggressive. That's what
You're
shredding
just describing
is.
your emotions right now. This
This is not my emotions.
No, this is emotions, dude.
This is not emotions.
There's no logic to any of this.
I
This is
don't
just
think.
pure
No,
craziness.
okay, no. Let's get some people up. Let's get some fucking. I'm gonna search. I'm going to Google search shredded. Okay, and we're gonna see how huge the people are when they pop up.
Get shredded.
Get ripped.
You'll know it's me by the big red shred.
Because I think ripped is like, you know, that influencer body type look. That's like ripped. Shredded is
They
like.
all are the same. You could just sub any of them out, and it's
No,
the same thing.
you can't. I think there's an actual level to this. Like,
According to who? According to what?
if you type in ripped, you get the. Okay, Google. You get more the influencer type. Oh, six pack, you know, pecs. But like, what's a bodybuilder?
Oh, you could describe them as
What?
ripped or shredded or...
No,
That's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. I think when you're shredded, you are huge.
No, if you're shredded, you're like
No. Shredded is not like the influencer fuckboy body.
ripped.
That's ripped.
Ripped is Kumail. Shredded is Thor.
What's breaded then?
That's the big red X.
Can we do this one from the gayest
Yeah,
jar
let's do
fan?
that. Let's do the gayest jar fans question.
I just you're.
Howdy
The jar
Mingers,
fans will
and this
prove
is
me
the last
more
episode,
white.
the last question, by the way. Howdy Mingers, with this recent normal episode renaissance going on, I decided to rewatch it, and one topic in particular interested me. While discussing social expectations, you bring up drinking, and how it's generally considered abnormal not to drink in a social setting. Jim argued that there are situations such as being a designated driver or a former alcoholic where it's okay not to drink. But I'd argue that the choice not to drink, even if you don't have a special reason, should be normal. I'm 27 and I've never so much as tasted alcohol. The first time I hang out with new people, they find it weird and sometimes think I'm joking. I've been around enough people drinking to know it's not my type of thing or that I want to do it. I can enjoy myself well enough at a party without alcohol or substances of any kind. Also don't have some tragic backstory where my parents were alcoholics or something like that either. I'm just not interested.
I think the expectation comes down to the people you hang with. Lad pack, you're expected to be vomiting on the side of the street at 1 a.m. You know, I think that is the behaviour of the group you're in with what that expectation is. If you go to a wedding, you're probably not expected to drink a lot of alcohol.
No, but like, how does it actually affect you in any way if someone else decides that they don't want to drink?
You know, that's what I mean. The lad pack, it would affect them because they're so fragile about that stuff, you know? Like, I don't drink, and I know I don't barely ever drink. But I've been in the situation where people have been forcing drinks into my hand when I've been the designated driver because they're that toxic. That's a lad pack. That's the expectation that you should involve in this behaviour. It's not that it depends on the group, is what the social expectation is. Like nowadays, I think drinking is phasing out with the generations. I think.
Yeah, what do you reckon, bro?
Um,
It's baked in. I think it's still pretty heavy here.
yeah, it definitely is. I don't know. I think it's kind of an embarrassment thing as well, because if everyone is drunk together, then you're more comfortable because you all know you're being stupid because you're drunk. Like if you say something wrong when you're drunk with a bunch of drunk people,
doesn't matter. No one's gonna remember it anyway.
Yeah, but if there's like if you're the only drunk person, then like you stand out. And then if you're the only not drunk person, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I suppose what level we're talking. Like, if like your group like want to be destroyed one night and you're like not a drinker, you're probably just gonna have a shit night.
Yeah, because I mean you're not gonna get good conversation out of people. That are incredibly
because when you're
drunk.
sober and you're around really drunk people, it's like
it
unbearable.
can be. Yeah, just incredibly annoying.
Some people can be really annoying when they're drunk, but
it can be entertaining though,
mm-hmm.
as the sober one.
Yeah, it definitely can, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just do what you want, you know.
And peer pressuring is kind of lame. People do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who gives 5 shits about what people want to do, you know?
Exactly. Just be
a homie.
Be shredded, be ripped, be...
Someone want to wrap this bad boy up? I'm the kind of guy.
You genuinely think ripped and shredded are the same thing?
Yeah, no, I can't get over this. It's fucking ridiculous. They're completely different things.
Oh, no, they're not completely different things.
They are. Ripped, shredded, then there's bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder, you don't say like...
No, because here's the thing. This is how I normally do it. I don't say they're ripped or shredded. I just say they're fucking huge. Huge.
No, but that's not ripped or shredded.
That's fucking huge. That's so far beyond being shredded and ripped. That's like the highest level. I'm
telling you, you guys sound insane. I'm telling you.
You just get out of here, Alex. You just don't understand.
Boom, boom, shred.
Let us know what your opinion is on the shredded rip debate.
The shreddies rip debate.
Rip into a shreddy.
You rip a fart, but you don't shred a fart.
Yeah, exactly, because you can't aggressively fart.
Yes, you can.
You can.
With catastrophic consequences.
When you aggressively fart, you get a ripped fart, right? You can't get that aggression out of your butt, so shredded doesn't work.
No, weak argument.
Yeah, very
doesn't
weak.
Hold up.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks for taking my side.
No, Alex doesn't know what he's talking about. He thinks they're the same thing.
That's
not
because,
an ally.
No,
that's not an ally to have in this.
That is more of a valid argument than yours.
It's not. You aren't even saying your argument.
I would even argue Alex
You're just
is more
countering me
correct
by
than
saying,
you are.
no, that's not the case. You're not trying to back up your claim.
No, because you just keep going off on these soapbox fucking bullshits, not giving me a chance to talk. Classic libtard maneuver.
Talk. Explain your points.
You've been drinking too much yogurt mead, man.
Yeah.
It's going straight to your head.
Yeah, you've been ripping them.
How dare you?
No, listen, when you're shredding...
Oh, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't make a fucking trend.
When you're shredding, you're cutting shit out. When you're ripping, you're like ripping it, you know?
Yeah, to look like an influencer fuckboy. When you're being shredded, you're gonna be huge.
No.
Yeah.
No, shredded means cutting off. Ripping means...
No, but everyone cuts off. That's how they start.
What are you talking about?
The only people who don't is people who are built, because then they get shredded really quickly. Because they've got the mass.
No, people that are built...
unleaded.
Like, Arnie's not built. Arnie
was built.
Arnie in his prime was not built. He was...
Yes, he was.
He was huge.
You're just digging your own grave. I don't even have to say anything.
He was built, wasn't he, Alex?
What the fuck does built even mean?
Fucking swollen.
He was shredded. He was shredded. He was ripped. He was swole. He was built. He
Pulsating.
was swole. He was huge.
Quivering mass of protein.
Have you seen the? I saw this trailer for a movie that's coming out. That's produced by Arnold Schwarzenegger and like a bunch of, like sports types.
Mm-mm.
That's all in favor of vegetarian eating.
Is Arnie a veggie?
I guess so now.
Huh.
He said in the trailer for this film that's like debunking the myth of like you can't be strong and healthy without eating animals.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that
That's
might be quite an
interesting.
interesting thing to watch.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's more science behind this than we're giving it credit. It's related to like your body mass and your fat
What is
levels.
What is?
There's like a men's health article that's cut, ripped, jacked, or swole.
Oh no.
But that doesn't involve shredded, so fuck it off.
Because being cut is being lean, right? With
And the
muscle.
source is subjective too. It's a stupid article from Men's Health, right?
Oh yeah, men's health is not the.
No, I heard a cool quote from this trailer though.
Mm-mm.
This guy was like,
Good worded.
I was always asked, how am I as strong as an ox? And I'd always say, you ever seen an ox eating meat?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of gay, actually.
Okay, so let's take Cristiano Ronaldo then. He's clearly ripped. He's not like massive. He's not muscle. He's ripped. He's just got he's lean.
He's shredded.
No, he's ripped. He's ripped. Of all the people, he's fucking ripped. But like the Johnson, The Rock, he's shredded.
He's not shredded.
What is he then?
He's swole.
Okay,
just dig it
Kumanji
deeper.
is shredded. Ripped is like Ronaldo when you lean.
Kumail is
Muscle.
shredded.
Yeah. So they're completely different body types. Ronaldo ripped, Kumail shredded. He's mass. He's muscular mass. Ronaldo's
both
not
shredded.
muscular mass. Ronaldo's not shredded. Ronaldo is ripped. Have you actually seen a picture of him recently?
I saw
Hey,
a
your
video of
dad.
them eating bread, I think. The picture of it. I fucking
Picture
love
of
that
Kumail
video.
eating bread.
Like that right there, that is ripped. He's
What
still
you
quite
showing me a
lean, but he's
picture of?
ripped.
He looks creepy. He looks shredded.
No, that's not shredded because there's not muscle there. Like that's ripped. Look, ripped. That's not shredded because there's not mass. It's not mass.
There's fucking mass there, you crazy cunt.
Hey there, everybody. It's Casket King here, and today I
Casket
started
King.
the internet shred.
Is he ripped or shredded?
Today I started
Is Casket
He's
King
breaded.
bread. That's when you run up to somebody and smack them with a piece of bread.
That's shredded.
Here's a few examples.
That's shredded because he's got more maths.
Yo, Ma. What? You just got breaded.
Fucking. That's it. Nah. This.
You Stay back. Your dog. You inbred.
I'm editing all of this out.
Just grab
All
a
of
piece
it.
of bread, smack someone with it, and tell them they've been breaded, and you're doing it right. So get a camera, post it as a video response, and let's see if we can get this thing captured on. Move over planking. It's time for bread. And as always, I'm Casket King. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. You'll know it's me because of the big red X. And I will see you guys next video. Bye.
See ya.
See you breaded.
How did that shit not catch on?
It did. He made breaded too.
What?
Yo, what everybody? Casket King here with another video. And you just got breaded.